Jimpick dog. Jimpick, independent business closing down due to financial crises. Inspirational quote. Andrew Tate quote. Jimpick, family pick, capybara in a bath. Barry Keoghan in a bath. Family pick, infographic on how you could be doing so much better. Advice from a multi-millionaire. Easy cooking recipes for one that you'll never use. A photo from the 90s when everything was great. Family pick, selfie, gym pick, dying planet. Dickhead with mummy issues. Influencer paid to advertise sex toys alongside gym pick, be real, dying planet. Independent business, opening up with that last one closed down. Gym pick, Epstein's List, Michael Jackson biopic, gym pick, selfie, gym pick, video from a gig that you miss, recommended posts that you think, ooh, actually, that's quite interesting, but how the fuck did you know that? Gym pick, dying planet. Infographic on how half of our current governments are literal criminals. Comments on this post have been limited. Endless war. Comments on this post have been limited. AI generated Wes Anderson Schindler's List. AI generated Wes Anderson Harry Potter. AI generated Frida Kahlo. AI generated family pics. Pedro Pascal. Piers Morgan. With a headline you want to click, millionaires in a submarine, fucking great idea. Gym pick, cat pick, kitten pick, gym pick, foot picks for free, Studio Ghibli, independent artist, gym pick, Ryan Gosling, Oscar nominees, gym pick, blurred dick pick, foot pick, gym pick, and then friend, who you forgot to reply to, again. And the King's enlarged prostate lingers over the BBC News. Comments about me, comments about you. It's Meghan's fault. Good representation in Hollywood. What's that kid from Stranger Things said again? And then, friend, who you forgot to reply to, again. Shrek, Dry Jan, Wet leg, whatever happened to them, eh? Just another industry plant. They're just another industry plant, just like Harry Styles. Have a look at my houseplants. Dying planet, dying houseplants. See my 18 plus content here. Username 2748420. Peep show quote, and then friend, who you forgot to reply to once again. Stop scrolling and reply to the friend. I want to be spanked and gagged, that busted up old dishwasher in the corner of the kitchen said before I threw him out. And those racks of rusted teeth turned to a crooked smile just made it hard to say no. So you know what I did? I flew that dishwasher out to Berlin. I got him into Kit Kat, into Berghain, where he proceeded to have the time of his life. 6 hours in, I came across him in a cage, in a harness 2 sizes too small, tucked under the wing of a local named El Naturel Bubblegum, who was paddling his silver backside, and the crowd below were head-banging to the echo. This crowd that loved him so, who took him in, who carried him, who unloaded into him, their ball gags, their thongs, leather caps, leather strap-ons and all, which he put on an express wash at 60 degrees and gave back to them squeaky clean. You know, I could have sworn some of that soap I saw leaking in the dark room were tears. I can hardly feel the rust I heard him say before his 8-hour button was pushed once again and his door was propped open once again. And then it all ended at the bank of one of the canals, bags under my eyes and no soap left in him. The sun was rising purple. I could see it in the shimmer of his silver. And then the dishwasher cleared his pipes and said to me, mate, thank you. But it's time. I have done what I was meant to do and also what I was fucking never meant to do. And I loved it, every wet second of it. Now push me straight into this river and watch me, 'cause baby, I'm gonna float. Announcement. I've had a career change. I'm now aspiring to be the new voice of the announcements on all the trains. I want to be with you as you go. I want to be the only thing that's left when you've nodded off and you're stranded at the very last stop. I want to make you swear under your breath as I announce far sooner than you expected that you are exactly where you planned to be. I want to whisper secrets in the recording booth when the executives aren't looking. Things like, no ticket inspectors on this train, mate, and there's a window seat just in the next carriage. Go there. I want to sing the health and safety. I want to mispronounce town names on purpose. I want to, one day, quite selfishly, catch myself off guard and be the one to announce to myself that I have finally arrived. Oi! 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 You got a light, mate? I said, have you got a light, mate? Here. For me straight. You see, mate, I've just bum one. Off my missus' father's cousin's brother's dog, mate, because I don't usually smoke, mate. It's when I've had a drink, see, mate, and I'm on the lash with the lads, see, mate, and these old habits are hard to kick. And you ain't teaching this old dog new tricks. So, have you got a light, mate? I said, have you got a light, mate? For me... Wait. Don't I know you? Ain't you the dickhead kid from down the road from Dave's, mate? The one who always wore a three-piece suit to sixth form, was the only boy in the drama class. Yeah, that's you, mate. The one who got chased home when you were in year 7 by us year 11s getting bedded in the snow. Good times, eh, mate? And it's good to see you, mate. How have you been, mate? And have you got a light, mate? For your old mate, or maybe even a vape? I said, have you got a light, mate? Got a light? Because I swear you used to have one right within your eyes, glowing like headlights. I saw it when you did your one-man performance of Mamma Mia in year 7. When you necked off with that boy behind the bins in year 11. And we caught you. Been nearly a decade now, hasn't it, mate? And those years just ran straight by us like I used to be able to on the pitch. Do you see me motor outside, mate? Little Ford Focus, mate. You know, at night I like to turn off the lights and rub right up against it. Gets me about town, see, mate. Past all these old furniture shops and curry houses turn craft beer bars. I fucking hate 'em, mate. Can't beat your local, can you, mate? Local like me and you, mate. And how is your mother, mate? Is she well? Yeah. Mine passed about 2 years ago now, mate. Family ain't been the same since, but at least I still got all those years to hang on to, eh, mate? Just like those charcoal portraits Miss Moisey made us do in year 8. Mine the one with the smudged head, brain all over the place. Have you got a light, mate? And can you light it for me, mate? Because I can't see straight and all these memories are just flooding straight through. Have you got a light, mate? Because I swear me and you used to have one right within our eyes. Faded slowly, didn't it, mate? Now I got 2 dead dogs and a divorce under me ever-widening belt, and you're still wearing the same old suit. Have you got a light, mate? Because I think we could both do with one, couldn't we? And him, K-holing in the corner, and her, holding the hand of a stranger. And all of us who forgot the light was ever there, shivering now in the uncertainty. Because we're all just trying to be, aren't we? Something or someone. Is that what you're trying to be now, mate? You know what, mate? I know you got a light. I know you got a light, mate, because I can see it in you still. And if I can still see it in you, mate, maybe, just maybe, I can still see it in me. So have you got a light, mate? Because I don't usually smoke, but tonight, I'm fucking desperate. The facts. The fact is that the man who invented the high five only had 4 fingers. And the fact is, there's more insects in 1 square mile of forest than there is humans in the world. And the fact is, the moon smells like fireworks. And speaking of the moon, Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name was Moon. And the fact is, there's a phrase that goes, it was written in the stars. The fact is, you can get 14 omelettes out of a single ostrich egg. And the fact is, giant snails hibernate half the year. So when you couldn't get out of bed that one winter or one summer, you needn't have worried. The facts were backing you up. Fact is, there's truth in the facts as a matter of fact. That's what makes them facts, and we love this truth. We love the fact that all sunflowers turn towards the sun, or the fact that Beethoven was completely deaf when he composed his Ninth Symphony. Because there's comfort in the truth. That's a fact, can't argue with that. There's reassurance in the facts, like how the fact for the words Tory and Prime Minister both started out their histories as insults, or the fact that sea otters have a secret pocket in their armpit where they keep all their favourite stones, or the fact that the first woman to ride a bike around the world learnt how to ride a bike the day before she left, or the fact that the first northern presenter on the BBC was hired so that the Nazis could not impersonate the news. Interesting. The fact is, it takes 8 people to do an ultrasound on a python. And the fact is, the Niagara Falls won't be here in 22,000 years, but they're here now. And we could get up and go and see them if we wanted to. And the fact is, there's still facts we don't know, facts we don't have answers for. We still don't know exactly why humans kiss each other. We don't know why human blood most resembles seawater. But we can wonder, oh, can we wonder? And what we wonder can become our facts, embedded in these things between our ears, because the fact is we decide the facts about ourselves. We are our own composition. We choose our own facts, don't be arguing with that, because our names and our bodies and our worth, we make sense of it all, we choose the facts, we make the call. And speaking of the body, it takes 17 muscles to frown and 47 to smile. And if your blood vessels were unfurled, they'd stretch around the whole of the world. And the fact is, spiders have transparent blood. And the fact is, a whale's heart beats 9 times a minute. And the fact is, when your heart beats at what feels like 1,000 times a minute, listen. You're not dying. It's just that thing embedded between our ears, it can reach out to the rest of the body and set things aflame, make it feel as though your chest is in the tightest of a cage, and that's okay. The fact is, happens to me every other bloody day. The fact is, it might happen to you too, and if it does, that's okay. Let's talk about that. The fact is we can. So let's talk. Let's exchange our ways of keeping those things at bay. Because the fact is, things get stuck. And the fact is, when things get stuck, it's the hardest thing to get them unstuck. Take, for example, the list of things that have been found inside human rectums, including, but not limited to, a whiskey bottle, a spray can, a teacup, 5 carrots, a cucumber, naturally, a shampoo bottle accompanied by a bar of soap, 2 Vaseline jars, an 18-inch umbrella handle, a frozen pig's tail, a live eel, a Buzz Lightyear toy, a half-full tobacco pouch, concrete mix, a peanut butter jar, an axe handle, and 5 tangerines at once. Because things get stuck. Really stuck. Okay. One more fact, and this is true, I promise you. Scientists have found that if you're stuck at the bottom of a well, I mean at the bottom, in the muddy water, the fact is, if you look up, you can see the stars in the daytime. And that's a beautiful fact. And the fact is, the metaphor is obvious, and the fact is, I'm going to use it anyway and say, the fact is, I was once going to choose to not be here anymore. The fact is, I still don't know why. But the other fact is, I gave it time. And the fact is, I took the steps, and the fact is, I began to undo it. The fact is, I chose to stay. The fact is, you did too. And the fact is, your prefrontal cortex developing at age 25 does not mean it's the end of your life. The fact is, I chose to stay. The fact is, you did too. The fact is that for the first 2 billion years on Earth, they had no life on it in any way. The fact is, I chose to stay. The fact is, you can too. I promise you. And those are the facts. You can't argue with that.